I love the jacket.
Thank you. This is sort of part of the signature of the show. I wear outlandish colours. Tonight's show is set in Italy, so I'm dressed as the Italian flag this morning.
I mean, it's a lovely job, isn't it, to get on these wonderful trains and off you go, just having good fun.
It is the most amazing job. We travel all the way across Europe and to Morocco, and all the way across the United States. We now have an American series as well as Britain and Ireland. And we do quite a lot of history, and we have quite a lot of fun as well.
There's another train steaming around America right now, the Trump train. Has it hit the buffers? Do you think it's all over for Trump?
I find it difficult to say. I've spent a lot of time in the United States this summer, and I was struck by how many Republicans were kind of adapting to him, claiming to themselves that he had somehow changed and become presidential. I think possibly the most damaging thing about this is not the tape itself, it's the spin-off. It is the fact that he's been abandoned by Paul Ryan, by John McCain. And this is,
the senior Republican.
This is significant in Wisconsin, in Arizona, the places from which those senior figures come.
Saying things when you are still mic'd up, but don't realise you're broadcasting, of course, is a peril that we all face. Ken Clarke faced it when his mic was still being recorded, and he called Theresa May a B-difficult woman. Now, is that a description that you would agree with?
I haven't known Theresa for quite a long time. I last really knew her about 15 years ago when she was a supporter of mine, and I thought she was tremendous, and I liked her very much indeed.
Well, who's not going to like a supporter of theirs?
Yes, quite so. And I think she's doing a pretty good job. I mean, she's rather successfully occupying the centre-left, the centre and the centre-right. I mean, it seems to me that, you know, with her stance on immigration, she's appealing to vast swathes of Labour voters. And Jeremy Corbyn's response has been to say that he wants no controls on immigration, which is a pretty good way of putting off a vast proportion of his fairly right-wing and patriotic voters. I mean, you know, I think Theresa has a clearer understanding of the definition of a Labour voter than Jeremy Corbyn does.
Is the fact that Jeremy Corbyn has become Labour leader and indeed won another vote to be Labour leader, that Donald Trump is, you know, a few weeks away potentially from becoming the President of the United States. What does this tell you about, globally, the attitude towards politics and politicians, do you think?
That people are fed up with the establishment, and you could say the same about Spain and about Greece, and there may be further developments in Italy and France and Germany, who knows. But I think on the back of the events of 2002, 2007, 2008, the Great Recession, there is a resentment of the establishment. And when we were going through our referendum here, I thought the only chance that Brexit will win, I was voting Brexit myself, was if all the establishment lined up together, all the captains of industry, all the politicians, all the bankers. Once the establishment is all on one side, the people say, hang on, if it's good for all of them, it can't be good for us.
See, that's what's happening with Trump, which is why it's quite an interesting election, is that they're all lining up against him, the pillars of establishment, and you could see another Brexit happening there with people just saying, you know what, we don't like you people.
Yeah. The people who are regarded as having done well, who've had their noses in the trough. I mean, I think this is one of the reasons why Hillary... You have to go to the United States, as you often do, to understand how disliked Hillary is.
Right.
She is regarded as someone, along with her husband, who somehow had her nose in the trough. And for some reason, which I do not understand, if you're a multi-billionaire, you're somehow exempt from that sort.
17 million people have voted for Leave.
Yep.
Based... I don't know how many people voted on the basis of that advert, but that was a huge part of the propaganda. You're now saying that's a mistake?
We have a £10 billion a year, a £34 million a day featherbed. That is going to be free money that we can spend on the NHS,